Hello and welcome to the Mobile School Playground. Today I want to introduce to you the Pad of Life board game. With the Pad of Life board game you can create your own Pad of Life and you can reflect with the children about good luck, bad luck and choices they make in life. Now, what do you need to play this board game? You will need the printed Pad of Life board game. You'll also need a magnetic panel to attach the board game to it, and you will need an ordinary Mobile School rotation disc with the numbers from 0 to 11 to move forward on the board. If you don't have a Mobile School rotation disc, you can also draw a dice on the ground with chalk. Now, let us have a look how to play the game. The Pad of Life board game consists of 4 different levels. The game starts on top here, and this level indicates where you were born. For example, in the slums, a regular home, or for example, in a refugee boat. The second level over here is about your educational background. For example, you see a mobile school over here, you see a school building, or you see a refugee camp over here. The third level is about your professional life. Were you working on the streets? Were you doing a regular job, like a mechanic, for example? Did you go to university? Or were you unemployed on the streets? And then the fourth and final level is about other events that can happen in life. For example, did you end up in prison? Did you end up in a hospital? Are you a successful businessman? Or do you have a happy family? Over here, at the bottom of the panel, you still see a boy who's reflecting. This is the reflection square. After the game is finished, you can think and reflect about your life, about the good luck, about the bad luck, and about the events that occurred over here, and you can start all over again if you want. For example, I have blue bottle caps for my player, and I will turn the disc. The disc spins, and it ends on 2. Number 2, you'll find it over here, which means I was born over here, I was born in the streets. So now that player needs to come up with a story why or where he or she was born on the streets. Then you can continue to the second level. Once again, you'll spin the rotation disc. I'll spin right now, and it ends on number 10. And have a look at the second level, number 10, where is it? Oh, it's over here. It's on the refugee camp. So that means you went from the streets to the refugee camp. Now you can test the creativity of a child who needs to tell a story how he or she ended up in the refugee camp. For example, suddenly there was a conflict in the country where he or she was living and she needed to move to a refugee camp in a neighboring country. You move on to the next level. Once again, you spin the disc. It ends on 3, for example. You find 3 over here. And you see a mechanic who's doing his job. So the child needs to come up with a story how he or she found a profession or a job. Can be a mechanic as indicated in the drawing, or you can find another profession what he or she would like to do. Then the final level, spin the disc again, it ends up on 10. You'll see 10 over here, and you see a very happy individual that's smiling. Why he or she is smiling, that's up to the kid. Once again, he or she needs to tell a story about why, in the end of his or her life, she became so happy. Which events did occur. So then, the child came up with an entire story, with his or her path of life, and you will end up here in the reflection square. Now, you can ask the child what he or she liked about her path of life. And you can ask as well to do it all over again. But the difference will be the second time that the children can decide themselves in which squares they want to be during the path of life game. So you don't need to spin the rotation disc anymore. And this will offer the children a valuable reflection on what they want to be in life and how they can deal with good luck, bad luck, or different choices made in life. So enjoy this interactive board game, have fun on the streets, and we'll see each other again very, very soon.